Sponsored by Tokyo Treat and Sakurako.
This is mochi, Japanese rice cake, and it kills about 300 people every year.
And this is the bathtub, where over 5,000 Japanese people have died in 2018 alone.
And they're not the only harmless things we use in Japan every day that can actually kill us. But why are they so dangerous? Today we're gonna find out, starting with this. What the heck is mochi anyway? It's a chewy, sticky cake made from pounded rice, but unlike the rice that you'd find in sushi, it's made from a special kind of sticky rice called mochigome. This rice has a unique starch molecule that gives mochi its stretchiness. But that molecule is also the reason why mochi can be so deadly. Most mochi-related deaths happen between January 1st to 3rd. That's when we have our New Year's celebration in Japan. Many elderly choke and die on them. Because of that special starch that makes mochi so sticky and chewy, it can easily get stuck in old people's throats. And since many older Japanese people have missing teeth, they usually don't chew it well enough before swallowing. Not only that, but when we get older, we just don't make as much as saliva we used to make.
We'll just spit on you. Nothing we have works.
But it can also get stuck in your guts. According to Dr. Ishihara, as it cools, the special starch in mochi changes from alpha carbohydrates to beta carbohydrates. Alpha carbs are like the ones you find in normal rice, bread, oats, etc. They are really easy for our body to digest. On the other hand, our bodies can't digest beta carbs at all. So if you swallow a big chunk of mochi without chewing well, it can block up your intestines, causing bloating and constipation, and in the most extreme cases, death. Unfortunately, one of my neighbors, she was enjoying her mochi and it got stuck on her throat. Luckily, she was able to remove the mochi out of her throat. But she had to stay hospital a couple of days. When I was little, if you're choke on mochi, some people said you should use the vacuum cleaner to suck the mochi out of your body. I'm not sure if it actually worked or not. Of course, doctors don't recommend doing it. Japanese TV always tell people to be careful while eating it, and also shows you what to do if someone is choking on it. But there are some old people who not only can eat mochi, but don't even need to chew it. And when I was little, I saw older guys like swallowing the mochi. I don't know, there might be a reason that they shouldn't chew, because as I said, mochi has a longevity and healthy and wealth. If you break it, maybe it's a bad luck or something. As a child, I want to do it one day when I get older. I'm so glad I didn't try. Of course, we don't see this kind of custom on TV anymore, so definitely make sure you chew well when you are eating this delicious treat, because it can get you hurt or kill you if you don't. But that's not the only harmless thing that can kill you in Japan. Japanese people love taking baths until it tries to kill us.
But how are so many people dying from this? First, just look at how big this tub is.
In Japan, it's common to find really big bathtubs like this, unlike in America.
So when I saw American bathtub for the first time, I was very, very shocked because it was very shallow. Then I thought, how can I take a bath and relax in such a shallow bathtub? But I had no choice because I was exhausted flying from Japan to Mr. Eat's hometown. The bathtub was so shallow that I had to really almost like I have to lay down and I feel like, am I in a coffin or something? It was very, very uncomfortable. So Mr. Eat's family only took a shower there, not like taking a bath.
But just look at how deep the bathtub is. As you can see, I can soak whole body in it. So that means I can actually drown in it.
And drowning is the main way people are dying in their bathtubs. In Japan, around 4,000 people drown in their tubs every year. But in the US, it's only 100 people a year. So why are there so many bathtub drownings in Japan? First of all, it mostly affects old people. And that's because they're at the high risk of suffering health problems that will make them lose consciousness in the tub. For example, there's a condition condition that we call heat shock. That's when you go from being really cold to really hot in a very short time. This can cause your body to go into shock or cardiac arrest. And older people are much more sensitive to this. In a previous video, we talked about how Japanese houses are so poorly insulated that inside the house can be as cold as outside. So, when an old person is sitting in their super cold house all day, then goes into a hot bath, it's too much for their bodies to handle. And unfortunately, they end up drowning. Another reason many people drown in the tub is alcohol. Japanese people love to drink. So it's very common to have some drinks before jumping into the tub for a relaxing soak. But for some, it's too relaxing and they end up passing out and facing an unfortunate fate. While I love the big bathtubs in Japan, it is something that we have to be careful with, especially when we get older. And you definitely need to know about this one Japanese thing that can literally save your life and end your life at the same time. But first, here's something that will save you from the munchies, Tokyo Treat. This monthly snack box is filled with regional, local, and seasonal flavored Japanese snacks. This month's theme is Okinawa Seaside Snacking. This month's box will surprise you with a lot of Okinawan's local treats. Kamesen, it's so cute, turtle crackers, and this cold ramen, perfect for the summer heat. This included guidebook talks all about the snacks that you get in the box and also allergen information. Okinawa is known for pineapples. They even have a theme park called Pineapple Park. You also gotta check out these traditional Japanese snacks from Sakurako. This month's theme is Heritage of Nikko, and it comes with a lot of interesting, tasty Japanese traditional snacks made by Japanese artisans. Every box also comes with this beautiful tableware. We get this beautiful wrapping cloth called furoshiki. Since furoshiki is very versatile, you can use it as a bandana too. And this month's tea is from Higiri from Shizuoka, also known as a very good quality green tea place in Japan. A little bit sweet. And then I could taste the green tea smell too. Alright, let's try with some kuzukiri. And this interesting jelly thing is made with kuzu. And we will eat it with this rich honey sauce on top. It's actually really tasty. The rich black honey sugar goes really well with this kuzu noodle. You can experience Japan from your home through these snack boxes, and they are perfect for your Japan-loving friends or family. Use our code Mrs. Eats and use the link in the description below to save $5 for your first Tokyo Treat and Sakurako box. As I mentioned in this video, Japanese houses aren't insulated very well, and that can be a real problem, especially in the winter. Not only that, we don't have central heating like in the US, so if we use a heater to warm up one room, the rest of the house will still be freezing cold. For many older people, this can cause their body to go into cold shock, especially when they move from a warm place to a freezing cold one. Of course, we use heaters in Japan, but they might not be what you are used to. This is a very typical heater, but there's one deadly problem. It uses kerosene. Kerosene is a liquid gas similar to gasoline. Of course, it's much safer than the stuff you put in your car, but it's still a dangerous chemical. First, you have to pour the fuel into the heater's fuel tank, so you'll probably get some on your hands or skin. If you don't wash it off well, it can cause rashes and blistering. Second, when the heater is on, it's filling your house with exhaust and carbon monoxide. That's why we are always told to let the fresh air into the room while using a stove. It's so ironical, because our house is poorly insulated, especially in the winter, it's as freezing as outside. But, you make your room really warm using the kerosene heater. But every hour, you have to open the window and let the fresh air. That means your room is gonna get cold again. And then you turn on the kerosene again. Oh, it's so warm. Oh, it feels so good. And after an hour, you have to open the window again. Mr. It's brother-in-law visited our house. His brother-in-law was a really tall, big, muscular guy. I can drink like 3 shots of espresso at one time, no problem. That's my image of a big, muscular, strong guy. So we prepared a nice warm blanket, and then of course we brought our kerosene heater. So when we are, enjoying time with his family, his brother-in-law felt so sick. He said, "I think something is wrong with this room, or something wrong with me." And then we tried to find a cause because everyone else was fine. He pointed out the kerosene heater, saying, "I think this might be the reason. I think the smell of the kerosene gave me headache." We have been using kerosene heater for a long time. Of course, we open the doors and windows every now and then, but we never felt like that. But for him, it was such a strong chemical reaction to his body, and I felt so bad. And then we started opening the windows and we started using the electric heater. So not only are these heaters dangerous, they are a very outdated way to stay warm. And this isn't the only outdated technology that Japan is using every day. For example, even though we have these high-tech toilets from the future, you can still find these squatty caveman crappers all over the country. Yes, Japan is definitely not as high-tech as you think. And I talk all about it in this video. See you there. Thanks for watching. Okini!